Hello, people. If you're enjoying these episodes so far and you would like to learn more about how you can work with me and my team, there should be a link in the description below where you can fill out an application and see if working with us makes sense. Now, this is a free strategy call where we give you feedback from our end with our expertise. And we like to think we know what we're talking about, for the most part. All right, let's start the show. But the idea is if you want to have conviction in what you are selling, be the customer first. Welcome to the Underdog Podcast, where we talk about how to get more customers, impact clients at the highest level, and share the many failures and lessons I have learned on the way. Hope you enjoy and subscribe. What is up, everyone? How you guys all doing today? My name is Daniel Francis, and in this episode, I'm going to be covering how to build a mastermind and really what is needed to go from zero to build a product that maybe might scare some people, but there's some masterminds that charge $25,000, some masterminds that charge $36,000 a year, some that charge $50,000. I think Tony Robbins is $100,000, maybe even $200,000. And I'm talking to the people that already have a decent coaching program with clients and want to, I guess, create the next level in the value ladder. If you guys don't know too much about me, my name is Daniel Francis. I built a zero to a multi-six-figure coaching business, helping people overcome stuttering. Over the course of my journey, a lot of people have come up to me and said, Daniel, I've been very, very inspired by what you have done. Please tell me how you did it. And so I'm making a channel to give you guys a breakdown of exactly what I did step by step by step. If you guys want to learn more about it, just subscribe, follow for more. There should be some links down below where you can even learn more about kind of what I do, and we'll go from there. Anyway, let's get into it. So what exactly is a mastermind? So a mastermind is, if you guys don't know Russell Brunson's value ladder, or I'm sure it's not just from Russell, but the overall idea is you have at the bottom of the value ladder is like free, right? So if you're building a company, you have like free offers, then it goes up to like $7 and then $29, $100 offer, $1,000 offer or $500 offer, and then you have like a $2,000 offer. Could be a $10,000 offer, or a $5,000 offer, and it just essentially have offers all the way up. I don't expect you to build every single number on the value ladder, but you have different levels, from low ticket to medium ticket to high ticket to, you could say, very high ticket, which could be like a $36,000 a year mastermind. Now, how the heck do you sell and how the heck do you build a $36,000 mastermind? So I'm going to share with you exactly what I did and what the quote unquote irresistible offer or pitch was. So initially what I did was I built, I built, a coaching business helping people overcome stuttering and speak with confidence. So I had a lot of people who came to me and said, Daniel, I want to be able to speak better under pressure, be able to public speak, be able to do better in my sales job, in my own business. And, after about 30 or 40 clients, I was like, hey, why don't I build a quote unquote one-on-one mentorship? And instead of, because my program is a group model, which if you are a coach and you're a consultant, that would probably be the best model to build, because I've talked to many people, and building a one-on-one mentorship is very hard to scale, and it can be very, very, very overwhelming. You should have so for me, I have 3 coaching calls a week, one on Tuesday, one on Thursday, one on Saturday. And then if anyone needs to book a personal call with me, they can. So I have 3 coach calls a week, one on Tuesday, one on Thursday, and one on Saturday. And then if anyone wants to book a personal call with me, I'm at a place right now where I have a team of people. So if someone wants to book a personal call, they book it with my head coach. But if someone really, really, really wants to talk to me, then no problem at all. I'll set up a call. So that's how I built my program. And then I said, okay, well, let me build the next layer to the coaching program, which is one-on-one mentorship. And I specifically look for people that if we did something right in their life, they could double, triple their income. That's the proposition. So basically took 2 people, I won't give you guys names, but I took 2 people and I both pitched them on this idea. Now, initially, I do want to say one thing. I bought into a mastermind or an elite offer initially. So I bought in 2. I bought in one at $25,000 and I bought in one at $36,000, and it was like 30 or 36,000. So I became a client first. So I do want to make a huge recommendation. If you're going to build one yourself, number 1 rule in sales, you cannot sell something you haven't done yourself. So if you're selling cars at Honda, I'd recommend go buy yourself a Honda. It's how you have conviction in what you sell, right? It's hard to sell something you never actually bought yourself. You know, if you're, I hope you get the gist, right? Be a client first, for the most part, right? You're like, well, Daniel, I sell $5 million homes. I can't afford a $5 million home. I get that. But the idea is, if you want to have conviction in what you are selling, be the customer first. So A, you understand the process, and B, you understand the type of, like, for me, when I first made that decision of like, holy smokes, it's a lot of money, there was a lot of beliefs I had to break of like, what if I don't make it back? That's very overwhelming. What if things go wrong? And I went through it, and then it's all the coolest part for me, and this is why I recommend everyone, depending on where you're at, I'd always recommend buying into a mastermind when you're ready, and you're never really ready, but when you feel like you're at a place right now where you want to level up, because you do it and you have to fight through all these beliefs. You're like, oh my God, this is ridiculous, like it's so scary. Like, especially if that's one of the, for me at the time, it was one of my biggest purchases I've ever made in my entire life. So to do that, in one shot at least, right? To do that, you have to fight through all these beliefs, and then you find you get to the end of the tunnel and you're like, damn, this was so worth it. So anyway, I pitched 2 people who were already in my coaching program at $15K USD. So that was it. I said, hey guys, listen, and the proposal, right? You always have to make an irresistible offer. I'm sure I'll make a whole video on this. You have to make an offer so irresistible, it would be silly for them to say no to it. So I said, okay, this is my beta offer. I'm going to be charging this at $30,000 or $36,000. Right now, we're going to do half off. And I don't want to give it to you for $5 either, because you won't really realize the importance of how important this program is. And when people pay, they pay attention. So I said it's $15,000, and I pitched 2 people they're both in my program on the same day, and they both said yes. It was like this biggest, crazy, like the most ridiculous moment in my life. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. Now I got to deliver. But the pitch was, this is how much money that you're spending. My job is to ensure that we double and triple it within the 90 days. If I can do that, I've done my job, right? And that was the whole incentive. And I got 2 people go, okay, well, if you can, not guarantee that, but if your word is your law, if what you're saying is true, then sure, right? And that's why you can't really sell a mastermind right off the bat to someone who doesn't even know you that well. Usually, if you're building a mastermind, you want to sell it to existing clients, because if they've had a good experience with you and their life has gotten better, when you offer them the next level, they already have confidence in who you are as a person. That's why the idea is, when you sell someone at, say, you sell someone with a $7 resource or a $7 little program or a $50 little program, and they get $1,000 worth of value. They go, okay, well, this guy's solid. So if the thing at $50 is good, the thing at $1,000 is probably going to be good. The thing at $5,000 is going to be good. And that's kind of the whole transition of a client when you build something, right? So that's what I did. And within 90 days, I helped. I've one client that had his biggest ever month. He was a sales manager, but he had his biggest, one of his biggest months, close to 10 grand in a month within his sales job as a sales manager, as a sales rep. And I had one guy, I think his biggest month was 30 or 40 grand in revenue for his contracting business. And he recently, he re-enrolled in my elite program, but he recently did over $300,000 in revenue for his contracting business. He'll probably take home around 70 or 80. So the value of the idea of, okay, well, I spent 15 grand. If I can get to 45 grand, if I can make X amount of money, and with everything that we do, then it's for sure it's worth it. So that's why the person re-enrolled at the actual real rate, 4 or 5 months later. So that was the idea. And I'm just looking at my notes over here. So that's initially what I did. I took a few people. I said, okay, can I serve these people at a one-on-one level? Because if I can come up with a mastermind and give more of my time to these people and deliver, but in a group setting and very similar on a one-on-one setting. That becomes the mastermind. Plus, at that level, and I'll kind of explain, you want to have a group aspect towards your mastermind, because if it's just one-on-one the whole time, you're missing out on one of the biggest factors, which is that group mastermind effect of it's not just Daniel and that one person, but it's a whole group of people giving advice, giving feedback, and you're inspiring the whole group. That's why even in my coaching program, on both my coaching programs, I got my speaking coaching program and I got my coaching program, which is basically showing people how I build what I built. The group model is extremely important because sure, you're learning from myself, but when you see other people on the same journey as you, people are at the same level, so they inspire you. You can relate to them. So sometimes when you have a mentor that's too far ahead, he's like, man, I haven't been in that chapter for years. It's hard to resonate, right? So that's why I even talk about the law of 33, where, how much time you should, or what is the time you should spend with people. So you should spend 33% of the people that are at your level, right? You should spend 33% of people that you're mentoring, right? So you're the mentor and you have a mentee. And then 33% of people with people above you, so people that are ahead of you and guiding you. So those are the law of 33. So you definitely want to build that out. Where, say for example, you're running a business, you're training people, you're coaching people, you are the mentor. Then you come into a game where you have people at the same level as you, and then you also have a mentor where you can get their perspective and help you with strategy and guiding.
Hey everybody, hope you're enjoying the podcast so far. If you haven't followed me yet on the Instagram, come over and join the party. CEO Daniel Francis. Let's connect, let's chat, and let's do it. All right, back to the show. Let's do it.
Okay. The next thing you really got to understand is, you have to understand why they're paying for this. And I've already talked about this, but they're paying for the result. They're not paying for, how smart you are. They're not paying for your time. They're paying for getting a result. And when you come from that with that perspective of, listen, my job is to do one thing, get you this result. And we don't stop until we get that result. And when you have conviction, and for me, I believed it, but I couldn't really, not taste it, but feel it completely because it wasn't real just yet. Even though I had a career as a director of sales, and I probably helped 5-6 people hit six-figure income from zero in the door-to-door in the sales realm. I kind of had that background, so I kind of had some confidence, but I didn't actually experience that as a one-on-one consultant, kind of mentorship with business owners and sales managers that weren't working with me. But then I got that result and it's like, all right, cool, I can do this now. Then what I did is I moved it over into a group mastermind. So really I do, say for example, with my clients, because you have to understand too much time with someone isn't always a good thing, especially when they're a mover and they're a shaker. It's almost like they go out there and they hunt and they kill and they work and they market and they sell and they build and they make sure clients are happy in their own life. They come and get a perspective change with you, and they come and get, they kind of bounce ideas off me. So like the whole pitch is like, it's like when someone works with me, it's almost like I'm not an owner in their business, but I'm on their board of directors, right? So especially if it's like, what's a better option? Having a partner where you split 50% of everything you do in a business setting, or paying someone who is invested into your company that can guide and direct you like they're on the board of directors. And that's the whole pitch of the mastermind. It's like that I am now part of your success now. That is my obligation, right? So that's kind of the whole idea. So let me look at one more thing. Second thing is this, right? One is results. You make sure you're getting them a result, right? And I don't breathe until I get someone a result. That's kind of the way I think. I'm kind of obsessive, but I make sure that, hey, it's not just thank you for your business, bye-bye. It's, dude, we don't stop until the job is done. The second thing is, also building a mastermind is your goal is to take that person, you have to find out what they want. So if they're making a lot of money, but they're very overwhelmed, then your job is to build them teams. So that's kind of what I do. So I help them, like for me, and I'll probably build a video on this on how to build a team, but I have a client success manager, I have an operation manager, I have a sales rep, I have an appointment setter, a marketing manager, I have a copywriter. So it's not just, I have a video productions team, I have someone who runs my social media. So I have a team that takes care of my life so I can focus on what I'm good at. So when someone works with me, it's my job is to help build that all out within their own life. Like how to hire, how to build an assistant, how to delegate certain tasks that are not high value tasks, but are very important tasks, right? And the high value tasks is getting a new client and blah, blah, blah. A lower value task would be like admin or paperwork or, you know, whatever the case is, but it's becoming an actual CEO, not just, you know, just a worker and the boss, right? So that's the other thing, right? And then I think the final piece is, to me, a great mastermind has the self-learning. So, you know, any of my clients have certain audios, certain trainings, and certain things that I believe are needed specifically for them. So it's not like a one size fits all. And that's the whole idea with coaching, right? The idea is you don't just give, okay, just do this one thing and everyone is the same way. It's like, that's not how it works. We're almost like scientists. We're experimenting what's going to work and what's not going to work. And there's different personalities and how you lead different people and how do some people respond? What do they like? Some people like can work all weekend. Others want to, you know, go out all weekend. So some people like working in the morning. Some people working at night. Like everyone's different. So the idea of me as a coach and being on the board of directors is to guide someone the right way. So give them certain trainings depending on what is needed, building them an actual strategy plan. So a great mastermind has the self-learning they can do on their own. That is either part of your program or something that you can give. And then the second part is, to me, a good mastermind and from a good leader is to help someone have a real perspective. If they're part of a mastermind and they can afford a $30,000, $36,000 a year program, even if they put onto a line of credit, but they know they can make it back, right? And I've done that before where I bought a mastermind and I put onto a line of credit just because I didn't have the money, but I knew if I had the certain spikes, then I can get to that next level. But finally, it's having you as the person who runs the mastermind to give them the necessary things that are needed to move the needle in the business. And if they can do that with where you're currently at, then it's so fucking worth it. Which, you know, I hope that's making sense. If you can get someone to make that jump, right? Think about this, right? Someone's at 20K a month, someone's at 15K a month. They're like, I don't know what the fuck to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. So you join this mastermind and it's 36 grand, it's 30 grand. It's like, holy smokes, that's ridiculous. But they do one thing and boom, they go through and they double what they make the next month. And they go from 15 to 40, 15 to 35, okay, 15 to 30, right? They double or triple. It's worth it. And that's really what you're looking for. And that's, if you're worthy of coming up with one, that is your job. And as someone who's run a mastermind and a one-on-one mentorship and is constantly expanding my own mastermind, I'm never going to be perfect, right? You're never going to be like, you're going to know exactly what to do. But I think if you've done it in your own life, that's why I said from the beginning, invest into someone else's mastermind so you can learn and have those advantages, because then you have conviction, right? The number one thing in sales is conviction. How do you get conviction? Well, be the client first. Get the exact success first. It's like the reason why I can have conviction on camera for coaching is because I built a coaching business. I know what it's like. I know it's like to quit my job and build something where I got time freedom, financial freedom. I can do whatever the hell I want. I can go live in Mexico if I wanted to, right? I can make as much money as I want. So I have that, and that's why I can show others the exact same thing and have the belief in it. So anyway, that's my 2 cents. I really hope that helps you out. I really recommend is building a mastermind when you're ready. My first step for you, if you really want to build one, go invest into someone else first. Go join someone else's. There's many good ones out there. It doesn't have to just be mine. But if you do it, you learn the systems and then you duplicate it. And, you know, as Drake would say, I've been sold dreams and then I buy the dreams, I sell them for more. I don't know if that's a good line, but it's a concept of, you know, it's like the dreams he were sold, he bought into them and then he became that person, right? So for you, it's, you want to sell more of what you do, become the client first, become the customer first, get absolutely sold on it, and then fly. So anyway, hope that makes sense. I will see you later. If you enjoyed this video, comment below, like, subscribe, share some love. I'm just curious to hear about your feedback. Some of you guys may be like, that's ridiculous. And this video is not really talking to everyone. This is talking to my business owners and my entrepreneurs who are, hey man, I'm at 10, 15 grand a month. I know I can get to 50 to 100. I know I can get to 200 or 500. This is how these guys are doing it. And whenever you hear someone's like, oh, we did 400 grand this month, a lot of it is because there's some of these big high ticket products, but they have a following. I'm going to sneeze soon. I'm not going to sneeze. Anyway, hope that makes sense. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm sure we'll have some links down below if you guys ever want to book a call with me, chat with me more about giving you feedback on your own business and how I can help, and then we can go from there. All right, guys, much love. Subscribe.